just because your friend is living a certain lifestyle, you want to live the same lifestyle. You tend to live beyond your means, or you want to prove something, maybe to your friends, maybe to your social media friends. People don't care, boo, about how you're living or what you're doing. What they care about is seeing you making it. That's all they care about. You showing them like the lifestyle you're living, like it's irrelevant. At the end of the day, if you have nothing, kananunuanga tu easy, kanaendanga tu out, kanalipango tu mwisho wa mwezi, kanatupeleka out. That's what your friends will know you for. Welcome back. If this is your first time, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe down below so that you can be a part of this family. The next thing was like knowing what I spend my money on. Yo, you know, you leave home, you're being paid like 20 G's, and that 20 G's, maybe you have to pay rent, you have to pay food. If you're living with your parents, you're lucky, you just have to pay like for your lunch and your transport, and that's it. You come here, you're paid like, let's say for example, roughly like 50 G's, like that's free 30 G's. And you know, here like most companies will provide for the accommodation. It depends, I'm just saying, so you don't have to pay like rent, so you have like 50 G's to do whatever. And you're like, you know what, I have 50 G's, you know, let's chop our money, let's buy these, let's go here, let's do this. You know, I had to decide, what am I doing with my money? Where am I taking my money? At the end of the day, if I get this check, am I gonna splurge this check on this, or splurge my check on this, or am I gonna invest this money, or am I gonna save this money? So I had to decide, when I get this check at the end of the month, where is my money going? That was something I had to decide, because I won't lie to you guys, 2 years me living here, I was just balling, you know, like just chopping my money for no apparent reason. And that's why I ended up like staying here for like 3 years, because at the end of the day I was like, damn boo, you've been here, you'll go back home looking like a rat and scratching, you know, starting from scratch without anything. So I had to be like, you know what, you have to work for all that time that you've wasted. You have to make it up for yourself, because hey man, I know going back home and like not having anything, it's crazy. But I made a decision to be like, you know what, if I'm going back home, I'm going back home with something. I'm going back home to something, you know, of my own. I don't have to depend or live with someone to be able to function. So that was my choice. So that's why I was like, you know what, I have to make it up for what I've lost. Because like honestly, in my first 2 years, I did not I'll not even lie to you, I did not do anything with my money that I can tell you, you know what, this is what I did with my 2 years. I won't even lie to you. I will not sit here and be like, how. The past 1 year, I will tell you, yes, that's when I've seen what I've done. But the past 2 years, like I won't lie to you, that's when I sat down with myself. I called myself a meeting, and I decided like it has to stop, you have to change. And yeah, so that's when the change came in. Yes, so the next thing that I learned is what to invest in when I'm here. You know, you just don't come and make money and go back home. I had to look for ways to invest my money, where to put my money. Am I putting my money in the right places? Am I gonna go home and find something of my own? Am I gonna go home and start from scratch? You know, I had to decide what investment I want to make, because at the end of the day, if you don't have anywhere your money is growing, you'll end up going and starting again to build. That's one thing I was so sure. I wanted to go back home to an investment, and that's what I've been working for, and that's still what I'm working for, because I don't want to go back home and be like, okay, now I have the money, what can I do? And then I start doing this project, and then the money is like, push, half of it is gone, and my project is still halfway. You know, I wanted to go back to home to a project. So if you are watching this and you're outside there and you're like, one day I want to go back home, if you're going back home, don't go back home with money, go back home with an investment. That's my advice to you today. The next thing I learned like living here is like, don't get comfortable. Ooh, this place is comfortable. Yo, today I was at a shop queuing, I had a friend, so I turned to talk and I saw Safaricom and I was staring. I was like, oh my god, I miss home. So when I was looking like on the other side and he was staring at me, I was like, oh, I just read your shirt is from my country. So that's why I was like, yeah. So when we started talking, they were like, oh, you know, like Kenyans are always social over here. So that's when they were like, why go home? Okay, I didn't tell them I'm going home or anything. I was just saying I miss home and I cannot wait to go home. And they're like, hey, if you go home, home is very stressful. Home, there's nothing. You know, you get comfortable when you start getting that money, you know. When that money starts flowing in, you're like, hey manze, me says Rodi Nairobi. Hey manze, I cannot go back to LD. Hey, that life is so hard. But if you get comfortable, you'll just be getting your 50 G's, your 60 G's, your 70 G's, and you'll still live here, you know. You'll spend your money home, you know, your parents want to eat, they're enjoying your money, you're here. You cannot even do much with the time you have here. You cannot enjoy life like you can. Okay, I'm not saying I'm going home to enjoy life or anything, but I'm just saying, you know, like, I feel we have a lot of nice things. We have a lot of things available for you, you know. Like, there's a lot more life back at home compared to being here and working here. I'm not saying don't come here. If you want to come, boo, it's okay. You can come, boo. I'm not telling anyone not to come here. Listen, don't take me the wrong way. I'm not saying you cannot come here. You can come here and you can do anything you want to do. But let me tell you, if you get comfortable because of the coins that you're making here, you'll end up being comfortable, going back home tired, worn out, old, with nothing. So don't get comfortable just because you're making XYZ. Don't get comfortable just because of that. Work, invest, go build your investment. That's my rule. Don't get comfortable, because if you get comfortable, that comfort will eat you up. And that's what I did actually the 2 years. I was like, I still have next year. I'll save next year. First month of next year. Second month. I still have 10 months. 10 months are gone. Oh shit, 2 months. Oh my god. This will not be enough. You know what? Square one again. Another whole year. My friend, don't get comfortable. And the last thing that I learned being here is learn how to say no. That's like the last thing I'm gonna talk about. If you'd like to hear more, I have a lot more, but these were like the main things that like affect you the first time you get here. So I just decided to deal with that. So the last thing is learning how to say no. So this is what really happens. You come here, you know the mentality of left at home. Everyone knows, kamenda majuu, katakuwa na pesa. Unajua, yeah, you know, we'll be calling her or him and she'll be sending us whatever we want, you know. And you look and your mom is calling you, your sister or your auntie or your friend, they're like, Kai, akini mekwama mahali, I need like 10 G's. And they're like, only 10 G's, you know. The first month they're like, oh, kalituma, acha leo niombe 5K. Like, people always have their way of borrowing money, you know. If you don't learn how to say no, your friends, your family will eat you up. I'm not saying it's wrong, and I've said this again on a video of how to save your money. I said this, it's not wrong to give, but learn how to say no, because if you don't, people are so good when you have it. Hey, and I always say this and I always post this, people will support you when it's beneficial to them, but when it's not, no one knows like what you're going through. Like, no one will ever call you like, oh hi, how you doing, okay bye, I was just checking on you. Tell me how many of your friends are calling you now just to check up on you, you know. You're there with them, like how many call you to just check up on you? So you just know how to learn to say no, especially when you're outside here, because people will always have that mentality back at home, you know, she's out here, he's out here, he's making it, so we're gonna have to like have something out of that. So yeah, I had to deal with that, like actually with my friends, with my family. I had to say no, and a really big no. You ask me for something, I'll ask you, what do you want it for? If it's not relevant, if it's not important, I'll be like, you know what, just try and work it out yourself, because I'm not gonna do that. I used to say that, and I got to a point like it's stuck and no one will call me asking me for anything, because you know what, I'll just ask you, what do you want it for? Oh, this, okay. Just try and work it out yourself. When it's really, really bad, call me back. But until it's really bad, not because I cannot, but if you allow people to be like comfortable asking you for anything and you just give it out, okay, at Mimi, let me just ask you like one simple question. If you call someone and they're like, oh my god, I need 1,000 bob, can you please sort me out? And they're like, sawa basi, they send it to you, pop up, and they send you even the withdrawing like charges. And then tomorrow you call them, hey manze, I need 5 Gs, can you sort me out? And then they send you. Won't you not call that person for the third and the fourth and the fifth and the 10th time? Wouldn't you? Let me know. Wouldn't you? Anyway, this is the end of this video. I can ramble here the whole day, but I don't want. I'll end this video here, and I will see you next time. Until next time, I will see you then. Don't forget to like. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Let's grow this family, and I appreciate you guys for 100 subscribers. And yeah, I know I know what that means, but I got you guys. I got you. So I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys. Peace.